Wondering how much it costs to sell a house in New Bern, North Carolina? Well, that's what we're talking about today, and we're starting right now. Hey everyone, welcome back to Cherry Point Real Estate YouTube channel. My name is Jess Cassidy, and I'm a realtor here in New Bern, North Carolina area. If this is your first time here, you should really consider taking the time to subscribe by hitting the bell. So how much does it cost to sell a house? Assuming that you are going to hire a real estate agent, these are the typical expenses you're going to incur. You are going to pay the commissions to the real estate agents that are involved in the transaction. You hire an agent and you agree to pay them an X amount % of the sales price of your home. When the buyer comes along, if they are represented by a different buyer's agent other than your listing agent, your agent pays that agent. It is important to know that real estate agents do not keep the entire commission. Typically, agents are splitting their commissions with other agents, their brokerage, and all marketing expenses, and so much more. So don't always think that we're all millionaires, because that's just not really how it works. So you will have to pay the property taxes for the time that you have lived in the home. After the property changes hands, the buyer will pay that amount going forward. If you have already paid your property taxes for the year, then you will get a credit back from the buyers for the amount of the time that they will have the ownership for the rest of the year. And in the New Bern area market, it's very common for the buyers to ask the sellers to pay for their closing costs or a portion of them. We have a lot of first-time home buyers, and not that many people are going to put 20% down anymore when buying a home. Most people just don't have an extra $100,000 laying around their home, typically. So buyers may ask you if you can chip in $3,000, $5,000, $6,000. It really depends on the price of the home and what the closing costs will look like. Sometimes they may ask you for a home warranty or a termite bond as well. And as you know, living in Eastern North Carolina, there are two types of homes, those that have termites and those that don't have termites yet. So we typically like to have some sort of pest control plan on our homes so that that doesn't happen. And when the buyer comes along, they will ask for you to transfer the bond to them if you already have one. Let's talk about home warranties a little bit more. Let's say that the buyer moves in and the first meal that they cook on the stove breaks. The buyer will call the home warranty company. They will pay their small trade call fee, and the home warranty company will come out and repair the stove. Sometimes, if they can't repair the stove, they will replace it. And this is a really great thing for the buyer to make sure that they don't have any major issues the first year that they are in their new home. A home warranty is typically around $500. Some home warranties are free on the listing side while it's an active listing. So if you have any issues that come up while the home is listed for sale, you can use the home warranty at the time that it's on the market, right? And then you just transfer it over to the buyer. You will also have to pay closing costs on the seller side, such as a fee to the attorney to prepare your seller docs. And there will be additional closing fees with the closing attorney for revenue stamps, any overnight fees for seller docs, any fees for wire seller proceeds, any unpaid HOA fees, and any repair receipts. There can also be other fees that are paid at closing as well in those things as well. And every transaction is a little bit different. Now, if you decide to sell your home for sale by owner, you will not be paying the real estate agent commissions per se. Instead, you will be paying for all of the marketing of your home. Just sticking a for sale by owner sign in your yard usually does not get the job done anymore. The people that buy for sale by owners are typically looking for a deal. So what happens is they usually offer the for sale by owners significantly less than market value. Now, people who are looking for homes just can't find for sale by owner homes for sale because they usually don't do a very good job of marketing them, and they're not in the locations that home buyers are looking for. And they're not getting those listings from their real estate agents usually. So you will be paying for the photography, video, drone, and all of the advertising for your home if you're a for sale by owner. You will need to place a sign in your yard, of course. You are going to have to coordinate showings for your property every time that somebody wants to see it, right? Every time somebody calls you. So the money that you may think that you are saving on commission, you're going to be incurring a lot of additional costs in marketing and in time because it's all going to be on you. You don't have an agent that's going to do all of these things for you, right? So now you know how much it can cost to sell your home, but do you know what your home is valued at? It's not always enough to just say, oh, my neighbor's house sold for XYZ, because half of the time that number's not actually accurate. Your neighbor might tell you that they sold their house for $300,000, but in all actuality, they sold it for $289,000. So I'm just saying that sometimes people have a tendency to just stretch the truth a little bit. So if you would like to find out how much your home is worth because you're thinking of selling in the next 6 months or so, click the link below in our video in the description, and we would be happy to do a free, no obligation custom home valuation that's just for you and based on your property, and then anything extra that you've done to the home, of course, right? And it's okay. We'd be happy to do that for you. And, the home analysis will help you so much so that you can say, okay, if I sold my home for this much, how much could I expect to make after everything's paid, right? Well, we can help you with that because that's really a big factor in deciding if now is the right time to sell or not. So I hope that this helped you a little bit understanding what it would be like with the costs for selling your home in our area, either for sale by owner or hiring an agent, just some of the costs that go into that. So if you have any questions, please reach out to us. All of our contact information is right here. And again, if you want to know what your home is worth, click it in the link in the description. Thanks, and we'll see you guys in the next video.